Welcome back, guys, and happy Clash of Clans update day. We don't get to say this very often, but it's always a good day when you wake up and there is a Clash of Clans update. So, this is the first major update that has happened since Clash of Clans, well, since I started my YouTube channel. So basically what I like doing during update days is going over to the patch notes and kind of seeing what that changes. And then after that, guys, we will hop into the game and I'll show you guys how we can beat that new challenge and see some of this stuff in the live game. So there is a new district. This is primarily a clan capital update. So this is primarily for those higher level players in the clan capital. As we can see, the new Goblins Mines district opens at Capital Hall 9, and I trust that all of you guys can read. So I am not going to read all of this, but we will just go over like the core details here. So it unlocks at Capital Hall 9, and it unlocks 2 new troops, the Mega Sparky and the Super Miner Barracks. There's some new defenses with the Goblin Thrower and the Spear Trap, which we'll see all of this just in a little bit, along with a new spell, the Endless Haste. I think a lot of these actually might end up being in the meta, so I'm excited for next Friday, and stay tuned for that. We will try all of these in the next raid weekend. So, Mega Sparky, Housing Space 100. So it's comparable to that Battle Blimp, and also that Mountain Golem, where it's one of those super large troops. And if you guys have ever played Clash Royale, it's just a mega version of that. Again, we'll show that in just a second. Super Miner, I believe it's just like the Super Miner in the main village. Housing Space 25, digs underground, stuns some defenses. Pretty good. It's not very good against the new Goblin Throwers, which I'll show in a little bit, as they get distracted very easily. And this, in my opinion, is the most interesting thing they added in this Clan Capital update, the Endless Haste spell. So basically, at the very beginning of a raid, you can throw down the Endless Haste, and it lasts for 4 attacks overall. And say you throw down, in this example, it says Mountain Golem, but it could be anything. Think of a slow troop. Let's say even, I feel like a very fast, even Hog Riders, super fast Hog Riders, it's a permanent haste spell for them if you spawn them through that. So you could do some pretty cool things with that, and I feel like it's going to almost be meta, especially on the Capital Peak, the final base. Probably going to use that Endless Haste almost every single time. Goblin Thrower, it's a pretty sick defense. It's going to be one of the more like core defenses, I would say. Again, we don't need to go into all this. I will show you that in live just in a second here. And then the Spear Trap, it seems all right. It seems like basically a counter to Sneaky Archers, which, granted, I don't think a lot of people use Sneaky Archers at the high end of Clash of Clans raid weekend anyways. It's mainly those Hog Riders instead. This is the one thing I'm not so sure about in the update. You guys will have to tell me what you think about, but it's the Goblin Builder. So basically what this means is they have obtained access. You can obtain access to the 7th builder. So you're like, okay, how do you get 7 builders? Well, 5 builders is traditionally, that everyone can have. The 6th builder you obtain through Autobot, through basically maxing out your builder base. And then the 7th builder, which is, they say it's for a limited time, is the Goblin Builder. So basically, it's just a pay-to-win builder where, hey, it's update day and you really want to get 7 buildings going, or you go to a new town hall, you can spend like 500, 600 gems to upgrade something. I don't really like it. It's just super pay-to-win. And I think they know it's just a cash grab as well, because even in their YouTube video, they discussed it being just temporary. So I'll let you guys read through all this, but yeah, it's I'm not a big fan of it, because it's basically just like, use gems, spend more money on our game. But hey, some people, some whales will buy it, and Clash of Clans making money. And the good thing, when Clash of Clans making money, they can make more updates. That'll help us free-to-play players. So you can't get too mad about it, because we want Clash of Clans to make money at the end of the day. Goblin Researcher, it's the exact same thing. He can research in the laboratory as well, so you can technically research 2 things at once. So for progression for the pay-to-win players, you can progress so quickly now, which it's all right. Again, I've already told you my opinions on that. Balance changes, we're not going to go too deep into it, but basically they nerf some things, buff some things. The biggest thing I noticed was they nerfed the battle machine. Right here we can see the ability now deactivates after 2 hits, and it used to be 3 hits. So they've definitely weakened him. And then also builder-based baby dragons. They've nerfed the baby dragons. So basically on their chain fire ability, basically it'll do like 20% damage right here at the beginning, the first building it hits. And the further the chain gets away, it'll be like, 0%, 1%, 2% damage. So they've nerfed that as well. Just some balance changes. It'll probably make it a little bit harder to 6-star overall, especially at max. In-game improvements, they've definitely improved the UI, and I personally think it looks pretty awesome. And then they've also added a daily login calendar, but it's only for individuals that have been AFK or away from the game for 35 days. All of this, frankly, didn't make too much sense to me. Basically, they just moved like the calendar to a different hub, and it's all right. It'll also, I think this is kind of funny, it'll prompt you now if you are rushed and basically say, hey, you might not want to do that, pal. It won't stop you from doing that. It's just going to tell you pretty much. A couple clan capital changes. Don't really need to hop into this. The biggest thing here is the storage for the capital gold has increased to 35,000, which that was always kind of annoying, where you would have to dump your capital gold maybe halfway through your attacks, especially if you're at max level, because you're averaging probably around 28 to like 30,000, and it only held 25,000. This is also pretty big. Clan elders can now initiate capital raids, so that basically means like there was no reason for the capital raid not to be occurring. I still kind of feel like it should happen just right at Friday at midnight, but this is a little bit better that now more people can activate it and get it going for the clan. Capital base links as well. You're going to now start to see the same base in the best base over and over and over again. Because for a while there, guys, people most likely, and a lot of times, pretty much just use like the base, if that made any sense. But that's not going to be the case anymore. It's going to be professional base builder bases, which is going to make clan capital just a little bit tougher. All these are just visual improvements, always good. Speed bug, just some bug fixes, nothing that important when I was going through here. Again, you guys can read all this, just a lot of niche things of fixing game crashes and whatnot. So that is pretty much the patch notes right here. And now let's go into the live game and take a look at it here. So if we can get there we go. So we are in the live game right now, and let's take a look at some of these things. So this is the new events tab right here. It looks the exact same, but instead of being over on the right side, it is now over there. And I know what you guys want to see. That is definitely not what you want to see. You want to see the raid weekend and what is it even called? Goblin Mines looks like. So as you can see, my clan capital, if you remember, is fairly maxed. So we're already at Goblin's Mine 2. It's kind of annoying that raid weekend just ended, so we've all spent all of our raid medals already. But yeah, this is what the district looks like right here. And then here is the Goblin Thrower right here. So basically, again, I'll show you an example of what it looks like. But basically, the Goblin Thrower will throw spear guys, spear goblins. If you ever played Clash Royale, it's those same goblins. They'll throw them. It's really annoying, guys. But I'll show you guys that live in just a second. But it's basically just another district to play around with, which is pretty awesome. And obviously, guys, they're going to keep adding more. Because look at all these pedestals here at the bottom where they still have room to do so. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So up here at the top, you can see if I click the all upgrades complete builders icon, 6 out of 6, all upgrades are complete. But now to the left of it, a new tab we can see there's now a research tab, which I kind of enjoy. Some people may not enjoy it, but hey, just subtle improvements, and if you don't enjoy it, you'll get used to it, I guess. But basically, yeah, we don't have a lot of upgrades left in the lab either. And then finally, let's look at, so if we click, say, our cannon, for example, now it has this very cool visual, which I like it as well. It's definitely different. You're gonna have to get used to it, but you can click a description of each unit. So say you want to learn more about the Eagle, you could click here, but it'll also give you a visual representation on the left of what the Eagle artillery does. And I think this is really cool for new players. If they are like Town Hall 3, Town Hall 4, they're like, what the heck is that beam coming down from the sky? Then they can go and look at the Eagle artillery and see, oh, that's how that's being done. So obviously every single defense has something to that effect, and same with the troops. It looks a little bit different as well. How can I get in there? There we go. The skeleton spell, little visual representation, and the Valkyrie as well. Alright guys, we are on our Let's Play account now, and I'm going to show you how you can beat this clan capital challenge. And for our Let's Play account, we can add 25 more gems to our total and get ever closer to the 2,000 gem amount. So let's hop in here and check out the new attacking units and also the new defenses. And hey, let's not forget my favorite thing in this update, this Endless Haste spell. We are going to place that down immediately. That's the first thing. We're going to place a jump spell on this back end, and then we're going to place this frost spell right here to stun both of those back defenses. Then after that, we are going to place down the P.E.K.K.A, Sparky, 2 of the wall breakers, and 2 of our wizards on that side. And then on the other side, we're going to place 2 of our miners, 2 of our rage barbarians, and 2 of our wizards on this back end up here. So now let's analyze and see what the heck these things are doing. So look, each time they are throwing the skeleton goblins, and then once you destroy the skeleton goblin for the last time, it will pop up all the remaining skeletons there. So basically we've already 3-starred this base. That's all you have to do. You know, it's raid weekend, so there's not much else we can do here other than place this heal spell. And we are going to end up healing up this bad boy over here, but not till it gets to the town hall. So the super miners are going underneath, and the Sparky will get a good example. It only does target defenses, and it has quite a bit of HP here, guys. So we're gonna throw a heal down right here, just so we can keep this super miner alive. Time shouldn't be an issue here, or it wasn't for me the first go through. But yeah, this is a pretty awesome challenge because it gives you everyone in your clan, I think it was what, like 6,000 available capital loot, and then you can immediately spend that. And if you're at the stage that me and my clanmates are on, you can go and get that to and pump that into the new goblin maps. So as we can see, the jump spell allows us to jump over this final bad boy right here. Sparky can shoot over mountains as well. And look, there's more goblins there, so more goblins will spawn in total. But that's why you have the super wizards. The super wizards should be able to knock out all of those guys. And time is going to be a little bit more of an issue than I thought. Normally that spear thrower is down at this point, but look, all the goblins have died from that thing because I think there's 5 different slingshots, and then it pretty much becomes useless. So in total there's 15 goblins that can spawn from there because there's 3 each time. And then Sparky in action right now, bang, does half HP right there. Quite a bit of damage. It does take a while to charge up, so it is going to be a niche strategy. But I think this Endless Haste is going to be forever useful, because all of those troops were not supposed to be that fast, guys. So that is, well, we don't want to play that again. We have completed that right there. Bang, level 65, 25 gems, 400 XP. Alright guys, I hope you have enjoyed this update video and hopefully learned a couple things in those patch notes that you may not have seen in the live game. Obviously, that Goblin 7th builder is not live quite yet, but again, you already heard my opinions on that. I think it's really just kind of a cash grab, but it will be useful for the pay-to-win players, and they said it was only occurring for a limited time. So if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Tomorrow we will be back to our normal Clash of Clans content, probably with another Let's Play video and probably getting that 5th builder, which will be pretty awesome. So I hope you guys have a great day. I have been Jacob. Goodbye.